Good evening everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, we've got a lovely lady that I've been actually known for a long time. I've only met her once or twice, but I invited her up to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen because she foolishly put on one of these lovely shoe cakes, and I went, Lynn, you'll have to do it for me, you'll have to do it, you'll have to show our audience. And she was like coming in iron and thinking about it, loads of pressure, wasn't there? Oh yeah. So I went, oh come on, you've got to come up and show them how to do it. So Lynn is up here, she's travelled all the way from Kent, her lovely husband has brought her up to show you guys how to make this amazing shoe. Do you want to have a look at it, Laura? Yeah. Right. So we'll just turn it round there.
Beautiful.
Isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Did you not spot that bit before?
No. Is it about your size? The buckle, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a fantastic shoe. So we've got a couple of shoe kits on the website if anybody's interested in buying them. Also, we've got lots of new products on, so I'm just going to quickly whiz through them, and then I'm going to let Lynn get on with her demo. Now, this has to be done in 2 stages. You can make it in one go if you want, but you'll probably end up hating it, throwing it in the bin. So it's always best to do one part, let it dry overnight, and then do the second part. So Lynn has very kindly started one part, and then she's actually going to show you how to make the first part, and then move on to the second part, if that makes sense whatsoever. Absolutely, yeah, one we prepared earlier. So just a few things to tell you. Okay, it's getting really exciting now. 2 weeks before we're all at Cake International. So we've got a nice big stand over there. Do make sure you come over and see us. We've got video on our stand for an hour each day. She's going to show you how to make paper Austin roses. So I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't set up what times with her yet, but I will be able to let you know on the day. We will have offers for the sugar, for the flavoured icing sugars, and I'll be doing demos with nifty nozzles all day. So if you are at Cake International in Birmingham, that's the weekend of the 1st, 2nd and 3rd, is it? 2nd, 3rd and 4th? Yeah, we're there on the 1st because we're setting up as usual. Hard day, yeah, absolutely. So, and also it's an exciting weekend for Sugar and Crumbs as well. We've been nominated for 2 awards with the Cake Masters. So we're going to a nice big event on the Saturday night. We've treated all the girls, so they're all excited buying their party dresses. Aren't you girls? Maria is only thinking of desserts, believe me. She was there last year and she ate everyone's dessert. I cannot believe it. She doesn't eat the dinner. She just went round the table and ate all our desserts. So that's all she's interested in. But anyhow, we're up for best product. So I think there's 8 finalists for the best product. We've shortlisted to 20 and we're in the final 8. So all the finalists are fantastic. Everybody who's actually in the finalist section deserve to be there, albeit I do think there's one special person missing, so I'm sorry she isn't there, but hopefully fingers crossed next year. And then we're also up for best retailer, so you never know, we might win that. I hope that we do. We've tried really hard. We're 5 years old, Sugar and Crumbs, so this month, and we really hope that we win that award this year. So in 2 weeks time, we're either going to be crying or laughing. Let's hope it's laughing. You never know. So let me tell you about the new products that are in, okay? So are we on this camera, Laura? Yeah. Okay. PME have brought out new large scrapers. They're quite tall. They're 11 inches tall, 3.25 inches wide. So you've got this one, which is the scallop one. You've also got pleat, ribbed, and you've got stripes. So they're on the website now. Cookie cutters are in. So we've got your gingerbread man. You've got your star. These are great, these comfort cookie cutters. They're really nice to hold. And you know, you don't even have to make cookies with them. You can make sandwiches with them for the kiddies. So they're quite fun. We've got the small ones. And these are the set of smaller comfort cookie cutters. We've got a Christmas tree, gingerbread house. There's the shoe, the mini stiletto shoe. This is the bigger shoe kit, the ultimate shoe kit. And we've got the standard shoe kit here as well. I've also brought in the Wilton mini pans. You get 3 pans in here, perfect for cheesecakes or small mini cakes. So they're on the website as well. And then we've got all Marion's all patchwork cutters, Marion Frost patchwork Christmas cutters that are on. So take a look because there's some fantastic cutters on. And she's actually here on the 12th of November. So she'll be doing a demo of a couple of these. So make sure you all have a look. They're all in the wish list. So loads of different goodies on here. So please take a look, see if there's anything that interests you. And yeah, that's it really. What else was I going to say? Oh, the lace mats, yes. So the lace mats as well. There's 2 new lace mats on. Let's just grab these out. And these are lovely. One is the fishnet and the other one is the snakeskin. I know you can't see them very well in here, but when we were at Cake and Bake, they'd done the fishnet with the pearlized rose gold, the lace, and it looked absolutely amazing, peeled off and put around the side of the cake. So I was well impressed with that one in the rose gold. And there we go, I think that's it. So that's all the goodies there. And then I am going to hand you over to Lynn. We do have a draw for last week's Sugar and Crumbs Bake Off, so I take it not many of you like Danish week or vegetarian week, did you? Vegan week. Crikey, we had nobody in the draw for vegan week. I think we only got 4 entries, and it got worse for Danish week. We only got 4 entries again. So I'm actually going to get that draw out of the way. So here we go, Lynn. So there's 4 tickets in the draw.
Right. Oh, can't find one.
Yeah. And this is to win a Karen Davies snowflake mat, her brand new snowflake mat.
Is that Karen May? Is that?
Karen Mary. So well done, Karen. You've worked really hard. You've entered every single week. I'm really chuffed for you because I know that you'd really like this one. And the other ladies that I'd entered have actually won before, so that's brilliant because Karen Mary hasn't actually won, so I'm really pleased. So well done, Karen. Make sure you pop over your address to us and you're going to win that Karen Davies snowflake mould. So she's just brought it out, so it's absolutely stunning. So hopefully we'll get a few more entries for next week. What is it next week? On Tuesday. What did they say it was? Is it dessert week?
Oh.
I can't remember.
It might be. Laura will remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm useless, me. I always watch it really late. So anyhow, so let's get on with this day. I'm going to let Lynn get on with it now. Feel free to ask any questions. How many have we got watching tonight?
Oh, now you're asking. I can only see it on my phone.
Yeah.
Well, we've got lots of familiar names. People popping up saying hi. They're very excited for this. Just so you know.
Oh, I do know people have been excited.
Yeah.
And just let me tell you, just pop over to Lynn's page if you just get a chance as well. Pop over to Lynn's page, and I'm actually not going to try and pronounce this. I have been here for 5 minutes before trying to get it out, so I'm going to get Lynn to have a go, and then Laura managed to crack it as well. So go on then, Lynn.
It's Lynnie Vanillie Cakes.
There you go. So if you go over to Lynn's Facebook page, Lynnie Vanillie Cake, take it slowly and give her a like. She's a great lady. I'm sure you'll love all the things that you'll see her making. You've been baking for years, though, haven't you? A long time. Is it 4 years? Well, then I've known you just as long, then, because that's when the mussels came out.
About 4
she's been doing it for years.
No.
So, and she's also a member of a group called Cake Page Circle. So, if you're members of that, then welcome you ladies for watching tonight, because I believe Lynn's told you to pop over to our page and have a look. And we have a smashing group as well, so maybe we could all swap. Our followers follow you and you follow us.
Definitely.
All about sharing. So anyhow, I'm going to get on and let you carry on, Lynn.
Right. Hello everybody. So we're going to make the shoe tonight. The most important thing really when you start to make a shoe is to get your structure right. Your heel and your sole. If you haven't got a decent heel and a sole on it, it's never going to work. And you do need a really good flour paste, which I quite like Renshaw's, and Squire's flour paste is also very good. But I've never had any success. Some people say you can make it with fondant with a bit of Tylo to it, but it's never really strong enough. You need something that's going to set rock hard. Right, so first of all, obviously we're going to start with the sole. So you need your black paste. Well, actually no, we'll start with the heel, because with your heel you're going to need to let it set, which will set. Oops, sorry, I'm just going to roll this nice and thin.
So you have to soften that, don't you?
Yes, it is. So you need quite a good shape.
So anybody who's watching new, okay, you'll see that there's a camera right in Lynn's face.
Hello.
And Maria is trying to be discreet and give Maria a little pull out the way.
Right, now we're going to have to get this in here really firm, because you don't want any holes or anything in it. So you squidge it really down hard.
I think they've just all saw that comment. I just showed her the page that she's right in your face, and she went, oh.
Right.
Can we get nearer then to Lynn? If you push
I'm on this now.
Right. Okay.
So we need this. Obviously, there's far too much in there to start with, and I also find you really need a wooden. This is just a part of a barbecue skewer, and you really need that in there. It will strengthen your heel, and it will go right into the stuff. So once you've actually pushed it down, cover a length of barbecue skewer, and push this right into it, because we're going to cover it in a minute. And to push this really down inside.
Kerry Brown
Just
agrees with you. She likes Renshaw. It dries as hard as nails.
Oh, she does. Yeah, definitely. Hello, Kerry.
It does dry hard, really. It does really dry hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've tried lots of other ones, but it definitely is one of the best. Now, I'm going to get this really squashed down in, and then I'm going to cut that off. So, there you go, a bit more. Can you see that from there? Am I the wrong way around?
Yeah, no, that's great.
Perfect.
Right. And then this is going to need to go into the freezer for about 10 minutes, because you're never going to get it out of this mould nice and,
Oh, are you not? No.
yeah, in a nice shape.
Well, that's a good tip, because I reckon most people wouldn't have thought
Yeah,
about
you
doing
try
that.
and push it out, and you're going to sort of bend it out, so
Right.
it really does need to go into the freezer.
Good. I can pop that in the freezer now.
That's it. So get that in there nice and firm and smooth. That's right.
And does it matter how deep the stick goes in?
No, as long as it's in there
Yeah,
and covered, so you're not going to see it. It's nice and smooth, obviously, because although you're not really going to, this is going to be the inside of the heel, you're not going to see it a lot, but obviously the smoother it is, the nicer it's going to look. And around your edges as well.
Tracy Stevens says, did you need to put any corn flour inside?
If you're going to put it in the freezer, it won't really matter, but if you want to get it out without, say, putting it in the freezer, you will then need to put a bit of corn flour, but I just find if it's been in the freezer, it'll be hard anyway, and it will push out.
And I meant to say, guys, I forgot to say, the Dinky Doodles have all cleared out now. I put the last 10 on the website. So if you missed out on the Dinky Doodle, the last 10 went on the website tonight until Dawn can restock me back up again.
Right. So that's all in there, nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
So that needs to go into the freezer.
that in there.
Carol. Right. Then while that's freezing, then we've obviously got to make our sole.
Oh, somebody's been making pink things in the fridge.
Ooh.
Who's been making them? Do we know?
Making what?
These pink things in the fridge.
Oh, are they desserts?
Oh, they were Laura's.
Oh,
When you
are
were
they?
away. Yeah. They're like, you know, like a peppermint cream.
Oh, right, okay. I'll have one of them then. Just in case anybody doesn't know what we're eating, I've just found these in the fridge. Oh, crack, I can't have one of them, they're like
Are they rock hard?
rock hard.
No, it's just...
Okay. Break my teeth on one. So how many shoes do you make, Lynn? Do you get requests for lots of them then?
Yeah, very popular shoes are, I must admit.
Yeah, people absolutely love them, but they fear the living daylights out of me making one. Have you made one more?
No, I wouldn't even attempt it, to be honest.
What do you need?
So
I knew you was going to surprise
Yeah,
us.
I know,
I
that's
think we
something.
this, Lynn. We just said it was too easy.
It's in the box.
What do you need?
It's upstairs. Can I just...
Yeah, go on.
Is that a bit? Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, we're talking upstairs sounds.
I'm sure it's still in the box.
We'll give everybody a look at this fabulous shoe again.
And also, just to remind people, I know people are asking a few questions about where to get the sugar paste from, the modelling paste and things like that. So there is a wish list on the website. Everything that's included, that Lynn's using tonight, is included on there. So it's a really easy feature on the website for people to use the bar across the top, Facebook Live wish list. And in the drop down there, you'll see Lyn's session from tonight, or you can just use the search bar that's on there as well.
Right, sorry about that. You don't want this roll too thin, but then again, depends how delicate a shoe you want. So you want it a fair.
Well, they love the idea with the barbecue stick because they've never done that before.
Yeah,
Those
it
ladies
really
have had a
does
go.
help. Right. So, I find as well, using a wheel to cut it, you get a much nicer edge than trying to use a knife.
So the green board is on our website, Jeannie.
This is
If
lovely.
you want to pop over to our website, it's sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, and as you go along the top it says home, okay, and there's a search button. You can either tap in green board in the search button. There's two sizes, a smaller version and the large version, or you can go over to Facebook Live wish list, drop down to October Lyn Oakley, and you'll see it's in there. And Jackie, is the mini shoe much smaller? I shall have a look. Everything's available on the website.
Right, you want to smooth your edges so they're quite nice and rounded. Okay, yeah. Right, now just going to wash my hands a minute because
No, off you go.
I'm going to go on to the colour for the sole, so I don't really want to get black on that.
So, for those ladies who are looking at the shoe, can we see on the camera there, Laura?
Go up a bit. Yeah, a tiny bit more because the blue one. That's it. Perfect.
Yeah. So the mini shoe set kit, yes, the heel's a lot smaller. So if anybody's looking at the mini set, which is in pink here, the heel's smaller and therefore the whole shoe is smaller. And it's actually got some nice instructions in here as well for different designs, which is great on how to make it. Yeah. So that's quite nice if you just want to do something a bit different. Let's run off with your heel.
Right, now we're going to go on to making the lining. And I find that Saraceno actually is the best thing for the lining because it's a bit flexible. It gives you a bit of give, so you don't get sort of like a crack on the
it
lining.
smells so good as well, doesn't it?
Definitely.
You can just smell it now. It's just gorgeous,
lovely.
Saraceno, isn't it? It's so bad I could eat it.
So do you do most of the colours in the Saraceno?
I do all the colours in Saraceno, yeah.
I do love it. Right. A little bit softer. That is the only thing with it, isn't it? First time I ever bought it, I thought I've got a duff thing because it was rock hard, and I thought, what do I do with this?
I tell you, the amount of ladies that have rang me or left a message and said, I've got this Saraceno and there's no chance I'll never be able to mould it.
That's right.
So I just have to tell them to slice it off in small pieces and just keep adding to it and melting it. And I do put it in the microwave for 5 seconds as well.
I do, yeah. My friend Karen, who sort of recommended it to me, and I messaged her, I said, oh, this blooming stuff. I said, no way I'm going to use that. She said, honestly, I need it for a while, and it's wonderful, isn't it?
These are nice.
Now, your lining can be quite a lot thinner. It doesn't need to be too thick. But it just gives you a far better finish to a shoe if it's got a lining. I think it looks a little bit more professional than just the base. And when you get, you know, any shoes you buy, they've always got a lining.
Yeah, they've always got something nice, haven't they?
Yeah. And obviously you can have whatever colour lining to whatever shoe you want, but I quite like the contrast of a
You could go
paler colour.
You could go a bit mad, and underneath you could put the red, couldn't you, for
Yeah, I
the
have made a few.
V-fans.
I made a few of them now. Make sure when you cut the lining out, you have got your sole the same size.
Could you bring it over here a little bit then?
Yeah, no problem.
Your black one over a bit.
Let's move that one over there.
Yeah, that's it.
That one over there. Now I've obviously stretched it slightly, moving it, but your sole plate is shaped, so you really want to make sure that you've got the same way. Don't cut it that way and then your shoes that way. So obviously you want it to be cut the same way. Right. Is that, do we need to go in the middle a little bit?
It's okay. We're all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Now, I'll just wipe that off a bit, or we're going to get black on there as well.
No worries.
Right. Now, if you cut it out to the full size first, But with a sandal, the lining doesn't normally go right down to the toe because you're going to see the colour of the shoe on the toe. So
That's true, that's right, isn't
yeah,
it?
so we're going to cut the toe off, probably about there.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is actually, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you
Well
have
done, you can tell you're a shoe girl.
or shoes and handbags, yeah, definitely. Do love a good handbag.
Don't say that, you'll be back making one of them. Oh.
That's what I enjoy making, those shoes and bags, I must admit. Right, I'm just going to trim that down slightly because it is going to be just very slightly sort of smaller than the sole.
So just to answer your question, Janet, will we be stocking the new flower paste? I've got to be honest, I wasn't aware it was new. I just thought it was new packaging. So I'll check with them tomorrow if it's actually a new recipe for the flower paste.
It is a new flower paste because they were advertising it. They've done a competition for it. Saraceno, yeah.
No, not Saraceno.
Oh, sorry.
That's their new flower paste. Yes,
Yeah,
Saraceno brought out a new one.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So Janet, are you talking about Saraceno's flower paste or Renshaw's new flower paste? Because I thought theirs was just a change of packaging.
So we only need to take a little bit off, so it's just slightly smaller.
Have you tried Saraceno's flower paste?
No. No, I thought they'd only just started making it, to be quite honest. I didn't realise.
Yeah, they have.
Is it being launched at Cake International?
The flower paste?
Yeah, the new one.
I think so, yeah. She sent me a free tub this week.
Ah,
I haven't had a go of it yet.
right.
But I'll put it to you. You can take it home and have a go. Let me know how you get on.
There we go. So you want it just slightly smaller than the black. Smooth it down nicely all around the edge. And then, this is amazing. I love these, a pinwheel, because the stitching again is the little details in something that just makes it look so much nicer. Yeah, so.
Well, it also makes it look more professional, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, rather than just sort of throwing it together. All right, so just gently right the way around the edge. But don't push too hard because you're going to cut right through the modelling paste.
Oh, the Saraceno is going to be launched on the 5th of November, so yeah, it's going to be at CI,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
thought so, yeah. Right, so then we've got...
And it is just a change of packaging for Renshaw.
Then we've got our sole. So now we need our former. I'm not sure if they make this one anymore because mine is quite an old kit.
Yeah.
So I've still got the old Perspex one.
Yeah.
But I think in the new kits
It's
they
all
tend to be a polystyrene.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the same. And I do find, even with polystyrene, it's far better to use a little bit of greaseproof paper to line it because if it gets stuck, especially when it's dried on, and then you've got to try and peel it off because it, you know, even when it's dry, it's quite a delicate thing. So you're much better if you can just line your thing. Have you got the heel? See if we need that next. If it's not, I have got
another one of these things.
If it hasn't, I've got one here anyway, which I can use if it's not got hard enough. Let's see if that will. Hopefully.
I've spotted those mint things in there. I shouldn't know about them. They're a bit nice.
That's it. So ease it out gently. Don't just sort of push it. So keep moving the edges round a little bit.
So just to let you know, Margaret Ellis says it's not just a change of packaging with Renshaw. They've actually brought out a separate flower paste.
Oh, hello, Margaret.
Renshaw's now have a separate modelling paste and I think a flower paste. I'll check with the rep tomorrow actually.
Is that coming out? Yeah, I think so. Obviously, the longer you can leave it in the freezer, the better. But no, that's okay. And where it's still slightly tacky, if you've got any little bits down the side or like on the top there, we've got a little bit of elephant skin there. Because it's still slightly tacky, you can still smooth it out. Right. Now, going to have to put our heel. Is that okay then?
And we need it, yeah.
Yeah, about there.
Back towards you.
Right, I'll move this one out of the way.
Sorry.
That's okay, I'll just move this one out of the way. Right. And then our heel is going to stand here. Now, Carol, you can just put your finger on there. Could you just hold that heel just on the back of that's it, just so it doesn't move, right? And then we're going to get our sole. And we'll just place the sole. That's it. And then smooth down. Right. I'm just getting that's fine, thank you, Carol. Now, this is where you're going to.
Can you bring it
So
over
you
a
need to
bit?
just bring it back over here
Right.
and up there.
Up
because
there.
our
Yeah,
logo's in the way.
perfect.
Yeah.
So if you
Well,
keep
That's
that,
it. That's perfect.
Lovely.
our logo's blocking someone's view.
Right.
Well, the particular our crowd, you know, they don't want to miss anything.
Oh no. Right. So you want it all to meet nicely at the back there. Have no
Looking
gaps. And so it's still got, although it's hard, obviously from being in the freezer, it's still quite pliable. So you can move it around a bit. Right. And then once you've got it to this stage, this is when you're going to leave it
Just
to
take
dry.
a breath.
You're going to leave it to dry overnight like
Right.
this, because if you start trying to do things to it now, once you move this around just a little bit,
Yeah.
you're just going to be putting things on and you're going to move the heel.
Yeah.
So it is far better if you can leave it at this stage just to dry for
Yeah.
a while.
Right. So we've
that's
got that,
one.
ladies. That's you playing now.
Yeah.
End of it. Go back
Stage
to bed.
one.
Right, stage one.
And here's one I prepared earlier.
Great Blue Peter effort. here.
Right.
So we'll just come over this way. Back.
Right then. So this is nice and solid now. This has been made for about a week or so because I was preparing to come up here. So this is all
She
nice
made me
and
laugh
solid.
then. She came in with it this afternoon and said, I hope it survived the journey.
It's been in the car for 2 days. They've made one. Every time I open the boot, I thought, is that it? Is it going to go? Right. So this is how we're going to leave it now. This is a nice set hard one. So our next thing to do. Sorry, we've just got to rinse the black off again.
Yeah, no worries. So just a little reminder, we've no Facebook Live on Thursday morning because we have an additional Facebook Live at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. We've got Francesca coming in on Wednesday who's going to show you how to make a mirror glaze cake and chocolate flowers. So just, I forgot to mention that earlier, so just while Lynn bobbed off and washed her hands there. So don't forget, come back and see us on Wednesday to watch a mirror cake and chocolate flowers. It's interesting, isn't it?
Right, now we're going to make the straps to go. We're going to have straps going across here and the heel bit at the back. So we're probably the first bit to do is the bit at the back because we need that to dry slightly. In your kit, you'll normally just have these sort of heel bits, which are fine, but once you've made a few shoes, then you'll know how to adapt them for yourself, really, you know. So I tend to sort of, because we've got the strap which is going to go across with the heel bending down,
Yeah.
I've just, you can cut, you know, use the basic shape of what you've got and then adapt them a bit yourself afterwards. So, and get it nice and soft.
So I see what that is now. Right, okay then.
Yeah.
So I was trying to work
Try and
out
make what that was.
is.
Yeah, that's
Right,
the heel. So that will stand on the back of the.
Yeah, you come here.
This is going to stand on the back of the cake,
Yeah.
the shoe, and then we're going to bend this over
Yeah.
for the loop for the strap to go through.
I was thinking that was the high heel, that sharp pointy bit. Lost it. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay then. Right, now I get it. Right,
Fantastic.
okay.
Right, now soften your paste again. And then it's sort of a fairly big shape. Obviously, we're going to cut a bit out of it. So we go, see if we can make this big enough. And also, putting a lining onto it, it does give it that little bit more support as well,
Yes.
because you've got 2 layers
That
to
makes
it.
sense.
It
I
really
think
does make a
putting the shoe
difference.
lining in gives it a more professional touch.
Yeah,
And I think it just looks amazing.
just looks more like a shoe, doesn't
Yeah.
it, than...
Absolutely. Not that I can wear one like that these days. When I was a younger girl, in my younger years, I could go running up the road in a
No.
mirror then.
Is that okay there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's fine. Right, now we're going to cut that heel out. Whoops, we don't need that bit on there. Right. So hold it down fast.
So lots of people really pleased to see this. They've all wanted to make shoes. So this would be a great demo.
It is a lot of practice, really. But if you've got, you do need a reasonable kit to start with. And
but I must admit, I've looked at those shoe kits and looked at it and walked away. But like now, it sort of makes sense because I've always thought, well,
the first ones I ever made, I didn't have a kit.
Yeah.
And I used to use the upstand at the back of my worktop with a piece of cardboard folded round and a mug holding it there. It's surprising what you can improvise, but you still don't get such a good shape. But no, I think, if you invest in a decent kit, it makes all the difference. And I love these wheels and this sort of thing as well.
They're great.
They really do, yeah.
They're well worth it, aren't they? Yeah, there's a few people agree with me. They can't wear high heels anymore now. We just have to make them as cake toppers now.
I do, but yeah, it's right if you're going for a meal, you're going to sit down, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to be standing up.
Well, I found that's what you do now. You wear your flatties to the car, don't you?
Yeah.
And when you get to where you go, you put your shoes on, take them off in the restaurant under the table, put them back on again.
I mean, a lot of weddings now, people do supply a bag of flip-flops, a box of flip-flops,
Yeah.
don't they? Which is a good idea.
Trainers,
Yeah.
under the wedding dress.
Right, now I'm just going to move. This is obviously, I'm going to move this out of the way while I...
Palvi says she's really pleased to see this because you make it look so easy and she can now see what she's been doing wrong.
Oh, that's good. It's nice to help somebody, isn't it?
And Vanessa, don't worry, you're not too late. Just watch this and then you can, we're going to be going just over half an hour. You can bob back and watch the first part. And of course, Maria is in the way as usual with her camera. But she will be putting all this down, making a 1-minute video. So she is so super talented.
That is going to be some task, isn't it?
Yeah.
I tell you,
Are we going to whiz through all?
I tell you, she makes videos and we sit there and think, how on earth has she done all that?
I am sorry, I've got a little bit of black on this, but
Don't worry.
there we go. Obviously, you will be washing your hands in between every bit because the black just, even if your hands look clean, it's amazing how many little bits of black.
You can't even wear black clothing though, because for some reason, even wearing black clothing, it always
even
comes
a
off,
t-shirt.
doesn't it?
Yeah, and you think there's no pile on it,
Yeah.
but it still comes off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've already got requests for your bags, Lynn.
Oh,
we'll have to speak nicely to your husband. Lynn's poor husband is sat upstairs. He's been promised bed, television and a night in. He's got no television because the new Virgin setup isn't working. So he's had to sit up there. He's having a little snooze. He's planning to drive home tonight instead.
Yeah, we're thinking of going home tonight.
The shoe kits, I actually don't know how they are off the top of how much they are off the top of my head. But if you just go to the website, you'll see them all there.
Right, now you're going to cut a lining as well, exactly the same.
See, it's really good that you even do the lining on the whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is attention to detail.
But it does, and I just find it gives it that bit more strength as well, because this has got a bit of
Just
flexible
tells that
movement.
you're a classy lady. You didn't buy yours from Primark, did you?
No.
Russell Bromley girl.
Oh, shoes and handbags.
Yeah.
Mulberry handbags. I have a collection of Mulberry handbags. First one Chris bought me, he thought it was the code number, the price. He didn't realise that was the price of it.
They don't get it then, do they?
No. We'll put a little bit of glue on this bit.
I am sorry, I have got a bit of a chest, so I'm not coughing over anybody, I am turning away. So it was either a decision.
There's nothing edible on here anyway, is there? We're not going to be
nothing
eating this,
edible.
are we? Right, now I do find as well.
Albeit Maria would try and give it a good go. She's dreaming of mirror cakes there on Wednesday.
Turn it over once you've cut it, because you've got a nicer edge on the bit that you've cut. The underneath of it is a bit jagged, but you've got a nice smoother edge on this bit. So turn the black bit over, just a little bit of glue, you don't want too much.
Yeah, it all seeps out the sides, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it really sticks quite easily. It probably would stick on its own, but just that little bit of glue does just help.
So the icing is not sticking to the boards because these boards are specially for sugar paste. So you only actually, to be fair, you only actually need to rub a little bit of Trex on them once, keep rubbed it in, and then it just works all the time, don't they? They're brilliant. So ever since
I'll definitely buy one of these.
Yeah, they're brilliant. Ever since I've had this board, I think it's only ever been rubbed once or twice with Trex.
I bought a really cheap board at CI a few years ago, and it was down at the XL, and it was brilliant, but they stopped making them, and that was a non-stick one, but I'm going to get one of these because mine's getting really worn out.
Yeah, these are good. The only thing with these is you just have to don't cut on them.
Yeah.
Like the plastic cutters you're using, things
Yeah,
like
but
that.
a
So when
knife,
you use a sharp knife, yeah.
Right, now that is looking uneven, but we're going to we're going to trim around the edges now anyway, because whatever you do, you're going to move it slightly. Right, now I'm going to trim around.
Everyone says how you're going to make their life so much easier now.
Do you reckon so?
Yeah, oh yeah. We've had loads of people saying they're really excited about you coming today. And you've got a very good audience, 450 plus.
Oh, probably half of them's my family, Jude.
How big's your family?
Been selling tickets for this.
Well, I'm glad to get first time view, are you? I might give it a go myself.
Right, and then we turn it over because obviously we've got bits there. Trim all round nice and neatly.
So the Saraceno that Lynn is using is the skin tone colour. So she's not coloured it. It's actually the skin tone colour. So she's using black flower modelling paste from Renshaw because she says that's firmer and she prefers that. And then on the inside, she just wants it slightly softer. So she's using the skin tone Saraceno.
You really want your edges nice and tidy at this stage because you can't really tidy them up
No,
once you get on there. So try and get them as nice
We have
and
Gemma
neat.
Lucas, is that your
That's
daughter
my daughter.
then?
Hello,
Yeah, she
Gem.
says, I'm watching, Mum. Hello, Gemma. It's nice when the kids tune in, isn't it?
That's it. Why are you decorating, Gemma?
So Gina Lee, there's two sets. She's just asking, what would you use the most, the mini ones or the large ones? Like you've got the large one.
You really need, if you're going to put it on top of a cake, probably an 8-inch cake is sort of the size. That's on an 8-inch board, that one. So the smaller one, if you only want, on a smaller top tier, the smaller one would be ideal for that.
Well, you could go mad, Gina, and have both.
Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm sorry this is a bit dirty. It's because I didn't wash my hands.
Don't worry, you actually can't see it on here, Lynn.
That's all
so
right
don't
then.
worry.
Right, and again, we're going to go around with our stitching tool. Because your linings would be stitched, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Gemma says she is decorating too. What's she doing? Decorating the house?
Yeah, decorating her daughter's bedroom.
Oh yeah, you said
yes,
before,
with the fairy dust.
That's it. Vanessa Hartman's asking where her parcel is.
I'll have to check tomorrow.
Right, Vanessa, just email Laura. We sent that last week, didn't we? Vanessa, just email Laura tomorrow.
Right then, now I've got this bit done. And then we're going to glue just around the back of here where this is going to go. Although a lot of things you can use water for, but for this, because it needs to be a bit stronger, it is a lot better if you can put a bit of edible glue around. And see where this seam is, you've got a little bit of seam there. We want to try and cover that with the heel as well so that you haven't got any seams on you. Sorry, I'll just turn that around just to make sure I've got glue right the way around. Right. And then we're going to match up the middle of the heel.
I reckon this is probably the hardest bit, is it, Lynn?
Yeah, getting these bits and then propping them up with
It's really
various
four
things.
hands.
Yeah. Have various bits of tissue and foam and everything else to prop bits up with. Sorry, I'm just going to turn that round a minute and just get that round nice and even.
Unfortunately, we won't be taking the boards or any other shoe moulds to CI. There could be sellers there selling them. I've never actually seen them there on sale, have you?
Sure. No, I don't think
The boards
so.
are very heavy, you see, and quite bulky. And to be fair, you wouldn't want to carry one home. You wouldn't thank us for carrying one home, would you? You'd be best off ordering one and getting it posted out.
And you want just a little bit of glue here, because you want to make this loop. Right. Just going to grab out of there. What have I got in there that I can just prop that up with? That's not what it's supposed to be for, but...
You do need 4 ends, don't you?
That's it. Once it starts to dry, once it's gone tacky, it will set, but while it's
Yeah.
still wet, I'll just push it out a bit so that it's not too much of a slope, because it's got to be obviously where your heel would fit.
Yeah.
Right. So tilt that back slightly while it's drying, because obviously it's a tendency with
Yeah.
gravity to pull it forward, so if you
Yeah.
tilt it back a little bit,
Just come to this
You bring it over to the centre again.
Yeah.
They don't like to miss anything, Lynn.
oh sorry. Right, then we're going
Do you
to
want me to get you a damp cloth for your hands as well?
Oh, that'd be handy, thank you. And then obviously the more time you've got for this, the better you're going to get it when you're at home. So you wanted it to cover this bit down here. You want to cover the join with the heel and the sole at the back there. Thank you very much. Right. And again, if I probably wash my hands, I wouldn't have these little black bits here, but that's something, but that will actually come off with a little bit of ochre on a cotton bud. You'll be able to get any marks off later on. Right, so that's,
Super duper.
yeah, so
Yeah.
now we've got the back on.
Yeah, just pull that bit over to the middle.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
to me, to you.
Yeah.
Right, now we're going to make the straps, which are going to go across here and across here, obviously to support the bit going up the middle.
Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it, ladies? What do we think? Who's going to give this a go? Yeah? So let's give Lynn the thumbs up for this then. Who's going to give it a go?
Right, now we want straps. Finish with that one.
So the shoe stand is on our website. So, sorry, the ultimate package doesn't come with the Perspex shoe stand anymore. It comes with a polystyrene one. They did used to, Lynn bought this many years ago, but they don't do it with that one now. It comes with a polystyrene one, and that's in the ultimate package.
Does exactly the same thing, it's
Yeah.
just,
So everyone's loving it. So thank you for the thumbs up. Keep all the support
Thank
going.
you.
They're all loving it.
Right.
So there's 2 kits on our website. There's the mini set and there's the ultimate kit as well.
Right, now, I have that strap. Yeah, we'll go for one of that size, I think. Oh, that one's probably better. Right, now we're going to cut the strap, which is going to go across here. So, and although this one will need lining, I don't usually tend to put stitching on the inside because you can't see it, it's
No.
underneath, so you probably won't need to
Yeah.
stitch that bit. Right.
Well, they're all loving it so far, so that's good. They're all amazed how your hands are as steady as a rock.
Are they?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
That was a couple of gins I had earlier, was it?
Richard Crompton says it looks like patience is the key to this one.
It definitely is.
You are making it look easy though, in fairness. Albeit I don't know whether I'd stay calm for the heel, but it is holding up, isn't it, that heel?
Yeah, once it's on the stand, so that's the thing, you do need the stand to hold it on.
Yeah.
And then you would leave it on the stand for a couple of days, preferably, to dry out. I mean, overnight's probably all right, but obviously the longer you leave it to dry, the better it's going to be.
Yeah, Wendy, you would be right. The mini one would look nice on a 5-inch cake. This
Yeah,
shoe would look a
lovely.
bit silly on
Yeah,
a
definitely.
smaller cake.
Right, now I'm going to line the strap as well.
I'll just check, Karen. Can't believe they've sold out already. Let me just have a look.
God.
I'll just check, Karen. But don't worry, guys. If I've sold out, I can get some more.
Too eager.
Yeah. Right. And then again, that's going to be the top of it because that's the bit that we cut. So turn it over on the back.
So we've got someone asking how thick the paste should be. You roll them.
I'm not very good with thicknesses.
It's not very, very thin, is it? Like,
No.
like as though you were making flowers. It's really not that thin.
Oh no,
It's
not
got
as
to
thin as
be.
that. What, about an eighth of an inch?
Yeah,
Quarter of an
it's
inch?
got to hold its own, hasn't it? It's got to have
Yes,
some strength
The
to it.
lining you need to sort of cut slightly
Yeah.
thinner, but the actual shoe, for the leathery bit, I would say about a quarter to half an inch. I'm not really good with measurements.
I think I know what I've done. I don't think I put them in stock, those things. I can't.
What's that, your shoe kit? Or? Oh.
Well, I've only put them on the website tonight.
Oh, I see.
And I have a feeling I didn't put them in. I think I put the product on the website, but I don't think I put the stock in. I asked you for the smaller set, but I don't remember putting the big set in, the ultimate set.
Right.
It's on the website, but I'm not sure if you did put the stock.
That's it. Make sure it's all nice and neat. And then we're going to stick this. Sounds good, doesn't it? Right. So before you put your glue on, just decide exactly where it's going
Could I
to
ask
go.
you just to bring it towards the centre a bit? Brilliant, thank
Yeah.
you. That's great.
So it's going to go sort of just in front of where your
Toes.
lining stops,
Yeah.
yeah? So you just want a little bit of glue on either side of there. If you have too much glue, you tend to make it a little bit wet
Yeah.
as well, and then
Yeah, it's all sticky and
Yeah,
it's
it's more-
slimy then, isn't
it
it?
gets more tacky just with
Yeah.
a little bit of glue.
I didn't put that design
Sorry, I'm
cake
just-
kit in stock.
I will move it round in a minute.
No,
I'll
no
just,
problem.
just to stick it on.
So guys, I'm very confident that I actually didn't put it in stock. Oh yeah, I have put it in stock, so I wonder why it's not showing then.
This will help just for a minute, just that
Just
little
to hold it
former,
up
just
a
to
bit.
hold it up
Yeah.
a bit, just while it's drying slightly. Just make sure you're all stuck down around the edges.
Must be the mini ones that are sold out then.
Oh, have you? Right, so that's all stuck down around the edges here. So I've just put this little bit in here just to hold it, just for a minute. It's surprising actually how quickly it does firm up. It doesn't take that long. Right, now we need to make a strap to go across here as well. Which will go, excuse me, about, just seeing how far up we're going to go with that. Move that one out of the way a minute.
Sorry, I'm just on the route. Don't worry about me. Here we go. There we go. I knew I brought some as well.
Now I don't know if you can see how thick that is on there, but
Yeah.
that's about the sort of thickness which you'd roll it to.
Kerry Thornley says, magic before your eyes, what a skill.
Right, and then these are really handy as well.
Yeah.
One of these wheel sort of cutters, because you're going to get a nice, rather than trying to measure with a ruler, if you use
Yeah.
something like this, you're going to get
Oh,
a nice
perfect
sort of
guide,
even.
isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. Right. So then you need to sort of, yes, let's just cut one end off. We'll see how wide we need this. So this is going to sort of stick about
Can you come
halfway.
towards the middle before?
Sorry. Yeah, so
Yeah.
your next strap is going to go about here. So I usually sort of, I'm not very technical, hold it up, and it's going to be about that length. Oh, I'll just move that back into the middle for you. Right then.
So, just to answer your question, Pamela, Pamela's asking what's the best thing to use to stick the pieces together. You're just using a little bit of glue, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little bit of
Yeah.
edible glue, yeah.
Edible glue,
yeah.
but only a very small amount. You don't want it slimy. The pieces are basically going to slide about.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the secret with everything, isn't it?
Just tack it
Yeah.
really, yeah.
It's
so
why
that's going to go
Can you,
about
do you want
there.
to just come into the centre there?
Right.
That's the secret with everything, because everybody where they make their mistakes is by
Yeah,
putting too
loads
much
of glue,
on, isn't
yeah,
it?
thinking you're going to,
Yeah.
you know, but
It's
to
gotta
be
be
quite
less is
honest,
more.
definitely. Right, now we're going to line this bit. And so even though you don't see these actual underneath of the shoe that much, it's just nice, it just gives it a bit more support to line it. And when you do look inside, it just looks that little bit
Yeah,
nice.
it's more
So-
finished. It's
yeah.
details,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Right, now we're going to just line in for the other strap. Oops, sorry, I'm just going to wipe that off there. I've got black on there as well. Black goes everywhere.
So someone has asked, why don't you put the black on top of the white, then cut around the shape? But I'm assuming it's because is it going to
Yeah,
stretch
it,
it a
it
bit?
still moves
It
slightly.
moves
Whatever
about.
you do, it moves
Yeah.
slightly. So
Yeah.
I just find it's easy, you know.
And she also wants the white smaller as well.
Yeah,
just
slightly
slightly,
smaller.
just tucked in a bit. Right, so I'm going to turn that over again. So we're going to use the back. So, because you don't want your lining sort of sticking out
Over, yeah.
over your shoe. So it is a lining, so you're not sort of supposed to see too much of it. Right. Just trim them bits off. And I'll turn it over and trim from the other side. So you've got all these bits
Yeah.
left on here, so we'll just tidy them up a little bit. So once you've got to the sole and the heel stage, you can play with the shoe and design your own things. I tend to go into shoe shops as well and take photos of shoes.
Yeah.
I'm always in June, sort of taking photos of things, or in Mulberry
Are you
taking
telling me
pictures
you
of
haven't got enough
houses.
shoes in your wardrobe? Because if you think we believe that, you haven't got a chance.
Right, so this is going to stick. I'm going to stick this bit onto here now, like that. So I'm just going to glue that just very slightly. Right. And again, I will move that round a little bit once I've got it on there.
Just come over to the centre for me, Lynn.
Yep.
Great, thanks.
You just need to hold it for a few seconds just to get it tacky. Sorry, I'm just moving
Right.
that around, yeah. Just to see how we're going there.
Go into the centre over here. And turn it on its side if you want, so you can see what you're doing.
Right, I'll just stick that bit in and then I'll turn it round for you. Right, so just going to hold that for a minute. Once it's stuck, then you can reshape it a little bit once the edges have stuck a little bit.
Yeah. So do remember, ladies, you only need a bit of glue. I had to learn the hard way because I used to just lash it on.
So did
for
I,
fun.
yeah. And then it's all slipping about everywhere.
And you never
isn't it?
believed them when they said don't put loads
Yeah.
on, because you think, how does that tiny bit hold it?
Yeah.
But it does, doesn't it?
Right. Make sure that's stuck down. I will turn it around again in a minute for you. Right, now we've got right, now I should take that out of there, and very technical, bit of kitchen roll. Just to give it a little bit of support in there. Right, so we're going. It's one of them things you have to keep going back to and
Yeah, just to
fiddling,
make
because
sure.
little bits tend to sort of come away from the edges. So, and actually, the longer it's left for a while, it does sort of start to then go a bit more tacky.
It's quite a good idea, but using that paper, you get a load of paper tissue in the box.
Oh,
Use
do
that
you?
for going underneath.
That's
Yeah.
handy, definitely. Right, it is slightly bulky there, but I'll push it in later. Right, now we've got to make our strap to go around the top, and then the bit to go down the middle, which is, this is where it gets a bit complicated. Move all my stuff to the side. Lovely.
It's looking amazing.
It's looking fantastic.
Right. It's very quiet here.
Yeah. We're all engrossed in what you're doing.
Is that right?
Yeah. No innuendos tonight either. They're all behaving themselves.
Are they?
They're all being very good.
I told my friend Rita not to heckle me, so I hope she's behaving herself.
Oh, they're all engrossed. They're all chasing you for doing the handbag though.
Oh,
Your
right.
poor husband's going to have to come back up here again.
Oh, you like the Peak District, we're okay.
Yeah, and that's all right.
Right.
Good way to get a weekend away, isn't it?
Definitely. Right, now I have actually cut that because I know how long I need my ankle strap. So, am I in the right position here?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
Perfect there.
Right. Because obviously it's got to fit through that hole up there as well. You don't want to be pulling it about too much. To be quite honest, if you was making this at home, I would get to this stage and then let it dry overnight
Right.
again, so that these bits are soft and this is nice and firm to put the heel through, the strap through. But obviously, we can't wait till tomorrow night,
Yeah,
can
no.
we? No. Right, let's move that one out of the way, and then I'm just going to. What do you call that? Sorry, I've got your arm. Lovely. Right, we need a bit more Saraceno, so, which is when we need our muscle, isn't it?
Is it me or does that fridge sound like a
A
frog?
frog. Oh, did you not see me looking around?
Yeah, can
I
you
thought
hear
it was
it?
Chris
Yeah.
upstairs.
It
It
sounds
might
like
be.
a frog.
Your husband snore like a frog then, does he?
He does
Just in
make some
case you're
noises.
wondering, believe it or not, it's open plan here and Chris is upstairs having a lie down, ready for his journey back. I can hear it, sounds like a frog, doesn't it?
Yeah. I thought it was just me.
I'm just
What's
going to get a
going on?
knife out of your drawer, Carol. Just cut, hang on, all that kitchen
Yeah.
knife, just cut a little bit off of there.
If you just pop on the top there, see on top of the microwave, all the sharp knives are up.
Oh, don't need to be sharp. Is that all right? Just
Yeah,
maybe
super.
just cut a little bit off of there.
I'll let you.
I can't move it if not.
Oh, for the Saraceno,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Right. The other thing with Saraceno is it doesn't dry out too quickly either,
No,
does it? When
it's
you're
brilliant.
using it, you know, most flour paste, you know, you're using, especially if you're making, you know, a figure or something.
Yeah. No, it's great because the thing is, if you look at it later, you can actually adapt it, remold
That's
it
right.
again,
Yes,
can't you?
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Whereas
very
with
good
a
product.
flour or modelling or other modelling paste, once you've done it, you've had it because it's all dried out and it will crack.
Yeah.
I actually use it for flowers as well, the Saraceno, the modelling paste, which is quite nice because if you're making roses or something for the top of a cake, they're hard, but they've got a little bit of give in
Yeah.
so that you can sort of bend it round where you need it. Whereas other flour paste, sometimes they're quite brittle
Yeah.
once you've finished, aren't they? Right. There we go, sorry about that.
So I have checked, guys. The kits are in stock. I don't know what our lady thought they were out of stock, but they're not. They are in stock. Must have been looking at something else.
Again, strap again, yeah.
It's good to see you using that FMM ribbon cutter as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I find
Like
there's
rib,
so,
aren't they?
yeah, and then you,
Yeah.
and you get different
Cutters on
cutters
it, don't
on
you?
it, yeah.
No,
But
they're
that
a
I
godsend,
use all
aren't
the
they?
time, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you're putting stripes on a cake
Cake,
or
I
something,
know.
however
It's
much
amazing
you
if you want to
measure
make
it,
a hat box or something like that. It's
definitely,
fantastic.
yeah. Because however much you measure it with
Yeah.
a ruler,
You never get them all
no,
right.
no. And you get a nice clean edge with them as
Yeah.
well when you cut, don't you?
Exactly.
Someone's literally just asked that question. What is the roller cord you use for the strap and where can you
Ah.
buy it? That's good
I just
timing.
suppose you fancy just rolling a bit out, Lynn, and showing them how easy it is to use.
Yeah, I've got to use it again in a
Oh,
minute.
have
I've got
you?
when I
Right.
do the frill and the bit down the front.
Ah,
That's what I use that
fantastic, you
for.
show
So yeah, that's
It's such a fantastic tool. This.
Yeah.
It's called the FMM ribbon cutter, and it comes with circles with just plain edges and frilly edges as well, doesn't it?
yes,
And then
yeah.
you can just space it out, so you can have them really narrow or wider. And it's great if you want to put stripes up the side of a cake. It's just so easy.
Yeah, for anything that you need to cut. And then you can go down to a really small size, or you can even just have these two together. I've shown you,
Yeah.
which and you can cut very narrow bands with it.
brilliant.
Yeah, it really is very useful. Right. Yeah, there's some tools you have that are simple tools, but they're things that you wouldn't be without, aren't there?
Yeah, yeah, because I think that's a tool that people just walk past, look at it, and think, "What the hell's that?"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
move on, don't they? But when you do use it, it's part
Yeah.
of life, isn't it? Oh, I love that smell of that Saraceno.
Yeah.
It's just so good, isn't it?
What does it taste like? What
Eh?
does it taste
Have you
like?
not tasted it?
No.
Then? Do you mean to say you don't eat it?
No,
Right.
not that, no, because it's flour. I do everything else I eat.
Oh.
Hence, yeah, back to Slimming World again.
You're not as big as me.
Oh, I've lost a stone at Slimming World. I've just got another couple to go.
Oh, I've probably got about another 6 to go, I reckon. I give up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is a lifelong thing, isn't it? And making cakes doesn't help, does it? It's the worst job in the world, isn't it, if you're trying to slim? Right, just a little bit off of the end of there. And this is going to make our strap to go around the top. Right. So this is going to,
Pull in a little bit more. That's it. Great. Thank
yeah, now this is going to be our strap, which is, and when you notice another thing, because the shoe goes that way, this is going to be the inside of your shoe,
Yeah.
isn't it, rather than that side. So
Yeah.
make sure when you're doing it,
you. Yeah, you're fastening.
your fastening is going to be on the
Absolutely,
ankle
yes.
side. That's another sort of thing that you tend to forget a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
Right, so this, when it's done, is going to be like
Yeah.
that, and then we're going to have a bit there.
Brilliant.
Right,
Yeah.
that's fine.
It's
Now-
little things like that that you would forget. You get yourself carried away with
Oh,
it, and then you think, I've put the
definitely.
fastening on the
Yeah.
wrong side of the shoe.
I've done it before. And this is just a bit of polystyrene which came when I bought some hang on, I've just got that. Yes, I bought some bunny cakes, And it's amazing what you can do with bits of packaging, isn't it?
Yeah, you can adapt anything, can't you?
Because obviously the shoe kits aren't designed
No.
for every sort of shoe
No,
you
every
make, are
style
they?
of shoe.
But then that's part of it really, isn't it? And it's nice once you've made a basic shoe
Yeah.
to do something a bit different, or
Oh,
your shoes all
definitely.
tend to look, not being funny, they look like everybody else's, don't they? So you want to
Yeah.
make something which is slightly different. So you need to glue this slightly inside, so it's going to stick to the inside. And I'm just going to turn that round,
No problem.
just so we glue onto there, and then I'll put a bit of polystyrene back that I've knocked out. Right. Because obviously all the support is the
Yeah.
main thing. And it's amazing when you look around your kitchen what you can
What you
find,
can adapt.
you know, what you can adapt to use just to stick things together a little bit. That's that. Right, so we're this far now. Now we've got to make the strap to go right down the front.
That's one pair of high heels, that, isn't it?
And the
eh?
frills, yeah.
Crikey. I think last time I was in a pair of them I was 25.
Oh dear, right then. So we're going to cut this strip out to go right down the front now. So this might take 5 minutes because I've got to try and leave the scissors, Harold. I know there was a pair in there, I used them earlier. Right. With a little bit more black cotton paste. For a shoe, you're probably 1 packet of Renshaws will probably be about the amount that you need for your
Yeah.
shoe, and not an awful lot, obviously, of the Saraceno. But say 1 packet should do it. But then if you're making one, I would make sure you've got 2 packets in
Yeah,
stock
just in
for any
case.
little bits that go wrong,
Yeah.
because you don't want to be stuck halfway with a half-made shoe. Right, so I need this nice and soft. And I'll just pop that there for a minute.
So
you
you're
can
doing,
see
you're
that
doing,
while I'm
very,
doing
you're
that.
doing very well, Lynn.
I say, if you were obviously doing it at home, you'd probably take your time a little bit more and get things slightly neater. But
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
you could. Look, you
Actually,
just
to be
stand
fair,
still and
I
watch
think now
me.
we've seen it, I think we could do it.
It's, I
Just a
think
bit
a lot
of
of things
patience.
look a bit daunting until
Yeah.
you actually try and do
I
them.
would never have attempted it until I saw you do
Yeah.
this. I'm not saying I'd do as good a job as you first time, but
But if you get the details on, that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could hide a lot of your mistakes,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
You know, if that was just all plain black,
Yeah.
it just
No, I
wouldn't-
think
yeah.
that cream inside really
Yeah.
makes it lift.
Yes.
And obviously, you know, if you put your, I mean, I've usually put a Jimmy Choo or something or other tag
Yeah.
inside as well, which is
Yeah.
quite nice. Or the lady's name, who the cake, you know, it's going to be for.
Well, everyone absolutely loves it.
Good. So a nice mulberry Bayswater handbag to go with it, and we'd be well away, would we? Yeah. I think as well, if you enjoy, if it's something you like yourself, you enjoy making it more,
Yeah.
don't you? Really?
Well, that's it. You can have so much fun with it.
Yeah.
The style of shoe and everything, like you say, the colour, the detail.
That's right.
Mm.
It's like I much prefer making pretty girly cakes than I do boys'
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
But this is something I would like to sit down with at night time when there's nobody around.
Yeah. It is
Just get-
something just
yeah,
to
get
fiddle
me
with
bored,
yourself. Yeah.
Just get me
Yeah.
bored out,
Right.
start looking about.
Now we've got this again. I'll just take my hands.
Yeah.
So, and I find as well, when you use it, don't do it up really tight. If you do it really tight, you're pushing it along. If you leave it just slightly loose, the
Yeah.
wheels roll along. But if you
Yeah.
tighten it up, you're actually pushing it along.
Right.
But if it's slightly loose, you only have to hold the edges
And it just rolls along. How
and it
brilliant is
rolls
that?
along. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got,
Neat sides.
Yeah.
Look at that, girls. There you go.
then just go along it with your,
Dresden tool.
yeah, just along the edges to make sure it is nice and neat.
Mhm.
But you know, you've got perfect, rather than if you're measuring that, even if you've got a ruler and you're cutting up both sides, it's still, you drag it a little bit.
Well, that's a daunting thing when you're making stripes for the side of your box,
It
isn't
is,
it?
yeah, they're never
Because you
just
could make
right.
them all like that, and then you do that top outer edge for your lid, don't you?
Yeah.
The same thing. It's brilliant.
That's right. Oh yeah, no, if you've got to buy something, buy one of them and one of them. They are amazing.
I tell you, Lynn, you're getting no peace here. They're all requesting your back for the handbag.
Right, I'll be back for a handbag in the new year. Yeah.
We've got to chat up Chris first, her husband.
Oh. Well, if you get your telly
Who I must say is not saying anything.
Right, so it's going to be a bit longer than that. So, I'm going to say about that length because I can always trim it afterwards. Oops.
So if you were making this a cake, how far in advance would you make this then, Lynn?
Probably a week before.
Yeah.
I have made it a couple of days before, but then you're a bit worried that
Yeah,
it's
you put
not
pressure
quite. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a week really gives it time to
Gives
dry
you time
out,
to
doesn't
really
it?
harden off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just test it when you've got
Yeah.
your, just to make sure you've got the right length, because you don't want to be faffing about cutting it afterwards. And it needs to wrap over that because it give it a nice
Just
edge
bring
then.
it in further into the middle. Super.
Yeah, if you just wrap it over the top, then it will give it a nice edge. Oh, now I came all the way up here from Kent without that moving. How have we driven? About 400 miles in the last few days without that bit moving. I'll tell you what, I'll move that down.
You've done well.
So every time we've opened that boot, I thought, oh, don't look in the boot.
Yeah, and it's been a really warm weekend up here this weekend
Yeah.
as well, hasn't it?
It's been beautiful.
So it's
Yeah.
already even had the sun in the car
That's
softening
right.
it.
Yeah, no, that
Because
might be
I don't know where we were yesterday. Was it yesterday? I'm sure we were driving the car yesterday or Saturday, and John was
Yeah.
saying how hot it was.
It
where we
was,
were.
yeah. But then it came down really misty
Yes,
yesterday
it
afternoon
did,
because
yeah.
we went over Snake Pass yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
We couldn't see where we were going.
Yeah,
It came down all of a sudden. Right. Now, whatever you've got, let me just move that. Can you see that
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Whatever you've got to support it, you don't want it sticking out further than this because obviously you want this next bit to go nice and smoothly up
In
and over. So
line,
if
yeah.
that's sticking out, you're going to push
Yeah.
your fondant out or your fondant.
Margaret, the
down.
small rolling pin is on our website. Again, if you just put in rolling pin, it'll come up the different sizes, and this one's the 9-inch rolling pin. Or if you go to Facebook Live wish list, drop down to October and Lyn Oakley, it's actually in the wish list there.
Right, now I've got to do the lining for that, so I am going to have to wash my hands because they are
Yeah.
slightly grubby, aren't they?
Yeah. Don't you worry.
Talk about yourselves, ladies.
We will. So just a little catch up, ladies. We've got Lyn Oakley here today making a high heel shoe for you. There's several sets on the website if you want anything. All you've got to do is go over to our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. You can put stiletto heel into the search bar, or if you go to the across the top Facebook Live wish list, drop down to October. So go to current month, drop down to October, Lyn Oakley, and everything that Lyn is using is there. We do have another Facebook Live on Wednesday. We've got Francesca in on Wednesday, and she's going to be making mirror cakes. I know you all want to learn how to do them.
Definitely.
And she actually makes amazing ones. She sent me some really fancy pictures of ones she wants to make, and I just thought, I don't want to go mad, they're a bit too technical then. So I said, let's keep it simple.
They are
But the
lovely
one-
though, aren't they?
Yeah, but the one she's keeping simple is amazing.
Oh,
So
I will definitely be tuning in.
absolutely. So we've got Lyn here doing the high heels. This is the biggest set. This is the ultimate kit. There's the New York mini heel. There's a New York larger one as well. And then there's the basic set without the stand in it, if you want to make your own stand. As Lyn said, when she first started, she actually made her own stand.
Yeah, bit of cardboard props up your worktop with a
Yeah.
mug in front. But it definitely wasn't successful. It just, if you buy a kit, it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
And I say, you haven't got to stick to using what's in the kit. Probably your first few you would, and then after that, you've got all the basics in
Yeah.
there to make your own shoe.
I think that flat kit there is for making a trainer actually. I'm
Is
wondering.
it? Yeah.
Or a flat shoe.
Yeah, because you haven't got
a heel in it.
a
have you?
heel in there, have you?
Yeah. No, it's actually for making like a trainer or something, or a flat shoe.
Yeah. See, the other thing I found as well is a lot of people want a court shoe, and it's such a job to get a template to make a court shoe. I have made my own one, which is okay, but I would love if you can find one, Carol, anywhere, that would be amazing. I would love a template. Right, I'm going to cut another strip for our lining, because this bit really needs quite a lot of support in it, because it's going to go up through here, so it's got to support this strap at the top and these straps, so you do need, say, quite a bit of support in that.
So if you just move that shoe over a bit further, back to you and into the centre.
Right.
That's it, so they can see what you're going to do.
So this is where I'm going to actually line it first, so I'll just move it out of the way for a minute. Right, again, that's our edge what's cut, so turn it over so you use the back of it, so you've got a nice edge for the bit that's going to show, or even though you're going to cover it, but you're still quite nice.
Wendy, the flat shoe I've just said is that there's another set on there that's just the cutters, and it's not for the high heel, it's for making a flat shoe, or like a trainer if you wanted to. Or a flip-flop or something like that.
Oh, I love a flip-flop.
Quite interesting, that set actually. It hasn't got the heel in it.
It's amazing what you can buy though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so now we're going to have the support that goes up the middle here. So cut it to the length that you need. Let's say, bearing in mind that this is going to fold around there. Right, so a little bit of glue, again just a little bit, on the middle of here, where it's going to stick there. It's best to put it on there than on the strap, because then you're not going to have sticky bits all over the strap. So a little bit in the middle.
It does actually say 4-piece large high heel shoe.
Oh, so perhaps you have to, some of them, because you can buy the heel separately, can't you? You can buy a heel mould.
Yeah.
Right, so now we're going to lay this bit. Here, this is going to come
And then you can pull in more central to you, Lynn.
Yeah.
Over that way. Bit more to you,
More.
Yeah, super. And you can go back a bit more if you wish.
Right.
It's looking good. What do you think?
I'm just going to move that up there, because you don't want it to, I mean, obviously in a shoe it will dent in slightly if you look at a shoe in a shop.
Yes, naturally.
But you want, often like you see a shoe in a shop and they've got one of them stand things in it, haven't they, if it is a strappy shoe. So you want it, you don't want it to look all flopped about, so if you just try and move your bit of tissue just so it'll go in slightly, but it doesn't matter. But if you can keep it as smooth as you can up there. Sorry, I'm just double check.
Even if you didn't want to do ruffles on, you could put diamantes and things on there.
I've got a few with diamond, which I've done in this style with just
you could decorate it with blingy bows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean I've done it just with one strip of that going right up the middle, which looks quite nice. I've done ones with all straps on. Another one which I've done, which is quite nice, is which was very simple. You just make the sole and the heel, and then I use the cake lace butterflies. I use the gold because the gold sets hard, doesn't it? And then butterflies down the heel and butterflies, and then a butterfly across the strap. And if you use the dragonfly, it's got quite a long tail, so it came down as like a toe post. So that was quite nice. Right.
So Karen Mary, congratulations. Yes, she's only just heard that she's won the Bake Off.
Oh, winner.
So well done, Karen. Yes, you won that.
Right, now we're going to make the ruffles to go down the
It's about time. She's entered every competition.
Well done.
She's such a good sport, Karen. She really does. She enters every week.
I picked it for you, Karen.
And this is the first week she's won it. I have thought each week, I'm amazed that she hasn't won it, because she tends to do most of the sections as well, doesn't she?
I tend to forget to watch it at the moment.
I forget to watch it.
It's so busy at night, I tend to forget. Right, now, obviously, because it's all the ruffles, you're going to need a few strips to make it. This bit won't need to be lined.
Wendy Brooks says she can't believe
Oh,
you've
hello,
made it.
Wendy.
She can't believe that you've made this in 2 hours, and not even 2 hours yet.
She's one of my lovely cake
Oh, is
friends,
she?
Wendy, yeah.
An hour and a half, Lynn. Wendy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this can be reasonably thin. Obviously you've got to have the support in it, but reasonably thin because it's going to be a ruffle, so it's going to go right up the middle. Can come right over to you in a minute, Karen.
I was going to say, yeah.
No,
I've
that's
been
like
wondering where you're going,
half.
weren't
Right. Now, is that wide enough? Yeah, just slightly wider at the bottom there.
Your husband's doing all right. Doesn't respond, and he's not snoring.
He might.
Eh?
Oh, we're going to be driving down the M1 in a couple of hours,
Yeah.
eh? A little bit there, which I've...
Yeah, Palva, we'll show you the completed shoe again in a minute.
Yeah.
We're going to let Lynn finish this one first.
I'll cut that
Emma
out.
Pitt says it's amazing. It would take her 2 weeks to make one of these. Well, now, Emma, you know how to make one in less than 2 hours.
Hello, Emma. I know Emma as
You know
well.
Emma?
Yeah, all my lovely cakey
Do
friends.
you want to pop over to that one, Laura? Can we see it very well?
Yeah, just need to turn it to the
Just
side.
spin
If
it
that's
round.
all right. Yeah.
So we're just while you're doing that, Lynn, we're
Yeah,
just gonna
that's fine.
pop over
I'm
and
still
have a look at
fiddling.
this.
Okay, I've lost the comments. Mine haven't moved for ages.
You've got it there?
Yeah.
So Lynn is making this tonight, okay? And she's putting this nice ruffle embellishment on, so she's going to show you how to make that. But like she said, if you don't want the ruffles on, you could put a nice big brooch there, or cake lace. She's done gold cake lace butterflies, or you could put a bit of bling up there, that blinky ribbon.
You
And
can
this
just
is-
have the straps going across. You don't have to have the bit going up the middle. You can
Exactly.
just have the strap.
We could do it
Strap and
nice
shoe.
and red underneath here if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
What make us? What's
Put
the
a bit of
boot
boots
on?
on, yeah.
The boutons, yeah, that's it, yeah. So I think it's really very nice that she's actually gone to the extra attention to detail and put the little stitching wheel all the way around to give it a nice effect. And even cut off here, which is just how your shoes are. You know, just cut off the paste on the inside, so perfect. Look at that, all underneath. Can you see that all right,
Yeah.
Laura? So you're all underneath, all done. Shows she's got good quality shoes in her cupboard.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So we do have a couple of sets available. We've got the mini set available, okay, with the mini heel. And we've got the ultimate one over there, but it does give you instructions on different ones that you can make. Can you see them, Laura? So it does give you instructions on different ones you make, so you don't have to be stuck with the same idea. Look fabulous. There's a bigger set here, the New York one. And if I do run out tonight, don't worry, I'll get some more in stock as well. So this one's got the bigger heel in, and all the bits in.
What sort of form has that one got in it?
This one's got polystyrene, they're all
Polystyrene,
polystyrene
yes.
now.
Yeah, the heels all seem to be the same, but they just seem
Yeah.
to change the form.
So this is their former. They've got all bits in here as well. Quite sure what it I don't want to pull it apart.
Mind you, all them polystyrene bits will come in handy to
Yes,
cut
they
up
do.
for support
As
bits
we've
afterwards.
noticed, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Just
Don't,
notice you doing that.
don't throw your bits away.
And then they've got a bit there, you've got a cutter in this one for the sole, and then other cutters that you can cut out as well.
You drop down a little bit. That's it. Great. Thanks.
Right.
And then this one's got the instructions in as well. But you know, I find it when you read the instructions, you don't take it in.
No.
Watching you do it,
It's like anything, it's
Click.
better to see
Yeah.
it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
and
Yeah.
that's how people work these days, don't they? They
Yeah.
don't read anything, we just
No,
want to
you watch it online, don't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a nice tutorial that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go,
we're back, right? Now we're going to put the ruffle up the front here. So, going to need some glue. You need sort of glue here and there because it's going to be sticking up. You'll need to do this in a few parts as well. It won't. You probably won't get a long enough
all
script
all the
to
way.
do it all in one. Sorry, my hands are a bit sticky. Excuse me. Just kind of
Don't
out
worry.
from my coffee. I'm
have a
getting a bit
drink of cold
dry.
coffee now.
Mm.
You've done well, you deserve it.
That's lovely, thank you. Sorry about that. Right, now, start off with the bottom bit.
You come over to the centre.
the bottom bit tucked
Brilliant.
under so that you haven't got a nasty edge on it. And then bring it up. Obviously.
They
Stick
love
it
my
down.
fingernails.
I like your fingernails,
Yeah.
Carol.
Well, just so you know, it's frozen strawberry, it's shellac, and my colour of my walls is I went and stuck my fingers in B&Q's little machine, and
the
they did
plug
the
socket.
same paint. So anybody who's having their shellac done,
That is so effective and but so simple.
Yeah, it doesn't
That
take.
ruffle.
Yeah,
No, it is just literally
it's
brings
really
the shoe
just
together.
bending it
Yeah,
and sticking it.
it's like a Viennetta.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Oh. Right, I'm going to go. I've got a little bit more than I thought, so I'll go.
so somebody's just asked me the question, do you get the drying ramps, you know, to hold the heel? Yes, you do. You get 2 smaller sizes. You get 2 drying ramps in there. And they're both the same size, so if you wanted to make a pair of shoes.
Right, so I'm just going to turn that around just for a
Yeah, no
second, just
problem.
to check.
Adjust.
That's it.
Joanne Woodhead, if you're new to Sugar and Crumbs, everything's available on the website, which is www.sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. And once you're on there, you can either use the search bar at the top of the page, or one of the tabs at the top on towards the right hand side will be the Facebook Live wish list.
Right.
And if you
I'll
use
roll
that
bit.
category there, everything that Lyn's used tonight will be in that section for you.
Right, so we're halfway up with that frill, and then we need another bit. But so you can decorate.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
nice.
much anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, in any
Yeah,
way.
you could have a bit of cake
Should
lace.
bring that into the centre there. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know, you can do it in a light colour with a black cake lace
Yeah.
over the top. You know, it's really, once you've got your basic shape, your
Yeah.
heel and your sole, you can play about and do exactly what you like with it.
It looks fantastic. You've made it look very easy.
I think it's like anything though, it's just practice. Once you've made a few,
Yeah.
they do get easy. I'm just going to move that out of the way slightly. Right, roll out our next strip. And so you don't want it too thick for this because obviously you want to bend it and you don't want it to be too heavy
Yeah.
either. So this just by you, I used to tighten the wheel right up, but if you do use it with it loose, see the wheels
Yeah.
just roll round.
Yeah, that's so much easier.
Yeah, than pushing it through, and then you tend to drag it a little bit. That's it. And so just go along your edges just to make sure there aren't any sticky out bits. There's a little bit there. Right, this is obviously going to be too long, but I'll leave it that length and then cut it afterwards. Right, and we're back to here. Right,
Just a tad more over to the centre for me then. Brilliant,
Okay.
thank you.
a little bit more glue. It's not quite enough.
I'll keep getting whiff of that Saraceno. It's so good.
Are you getting hungry, Karen?
I can't believe you don't have a little scoff of that, Lynn. You're so good. You're so controlled.
Yeah, but it's flour. But I would if it was fondant.
It's flour.
Well, flour paste, isn't it? It's more of a modelling paste. I don't like it when it's got that sort of texture to it.
You tried any?
No. Sorry.
Get it
That's
tried.
it, now she's going to do it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Actually, it's got a texture of chewing gum.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Quite not. Oh, look, there's something else I'm going to eat now. I eat the cake mix, I eat the buttercream, I eat the ganache, I eat the fondant. Love a bit of marzipan.
Yeah. That's a nice thing with Christmas, the marzipan out, isn't it? I do
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, mind you, I do still use a lot of marzipan because I still find that the majority of brides still have
A fruit cake.
one tier of fruit cake
Yeah.
tradition, you know, to keep for christening or anniversary or whatever, which is quite nice to keep some traditions, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So everything that's being used tonight is on our website, sugarandcrumbs.co.uk. And if you just go to the wish list, go to this month's, drop down to October, and then Lyn Oakley, and everything that Lyn is using tonight is actually in that page. Or you could just go to the search button
Sorry, just turn
and put
around
the
a minute,
search in.
guys, just to make sure we're straight.
So if you want to search the high heels, just write high heel, and all the different high heel sets will come up. If you want to take do modelling paste, just write in modelling paste. Tools, just tap in tools. If you like the FMM ribbon roller, is it ribbon?
I think that's what it's
Ribbon
called.
cutter.
The
Is it ribbon
cutter,
cutter,
yeah.
isn't it? I was going to call
I
it
never know
ribbon
what to
roller.
call anything.
Yeah,
Multi-ribbon.
Multi-ribbon.
multi-ribbon, oh good girl.
Oh, somebody knows.
Yeah, there's always,
Go
one,
Maria.
there's always one who pays attention.
Right, and then obviously you can fiddle with your ruffles and get them
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
perfect, but there's our ruffles on, which
It looks absolutely
Beautiful.
fantastic. What do you think, guys? How cool is that?
Now,
Absolutely
we're
fantastic.
going to make a little buckle on the side, which
Yeah.
is going to finish. I'm just going to brush my hands again.
Yeah, no worries, off you go. How good is that, everyone? Let's get those thumbs up. She's worked hard, Lyn, tonight.
You got the stitching wheel?
We do have the stitching wheel in stock, yeah.
Right.
If you type wheel, it'll come up. We were sure. Did you put it in the wish list? Yeah.
Right. And then to bring it up a little bit, we're just going to make a buckle out of, I'm going to make a buckle out of a little bit of ribbon. So, scissors. Right, to make our buckle, we're going to have just four rows, like this. So we've got our 4 rows, and then we're going to cut the middle out. So cut the 2 diamonds out of the middle.
I love that strip. I've got so many metres of that on a
Oh,
roll.
I have. It's
I've
lovely,
used it
isn't
for
it?
so many cakes.
Right. That just makes you a nice little buckle,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Right,
That
so
was
we
easy, wasn't it?
You bring to the centre when you've got a second.
Right.
Thanks.
And then we're just going to sort of glue around there a little bit. Let's just stick on there. That's all right, I don't want to get it on your head. Right then, and then we're just going to glue this onto the edge here. And it to stick. And hold. Right, I'm just going to move it around just slightly, just while I a little bit more glue on and stick it on a bit better. Glue to go tacky. That just gives you a nice little buckle on the side, just to bring it up a bit.
Yeah, put it into the centre so we can see.
Ah,
Wow,
So
look at
you,
that.
you could put
What do you
a
think of that,
strip
everyone?
of glitter down the middle of it still,
Yeah.
whatever you like. You could have had your bit round here, you could have a
Yeah.
strip of glitter wherever you like. But
Absolutely fantastic, Lyn. Well
that
done.
just gives you.
Just take it back into the middle again so they can see it.
And then when you've finished, once it has dried, the best way to do it, if you put this straight on top of a cake, which I did do once myself, and then I got it to the venue, the weight of the heel, because I thought it was flat, it'll be fine on top, not that
Yeah.
heavy, had sunk
Sank
down
in.
into the cake.
So
So,
that's
it's
why you need a
always
ball.
better.
Do you want to bring that over
Yeah,
here
I'll bring
then?
that one over there.
That's a good tip, that really. I've noticed
Yeah.
a lot of people who do models put it straight
Yeah,
onto a
and
board.
let's face it, nobody's going to eat it, are they?
Balances
No.
the weight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Disperses the weight.
And you're
isn't
not going to eat it, are you? So,
No.
and most people, it's a keepsake, isn't
Yes.
it? You know, if you've
Yeah.
had a nice cake, like, you know, somebody's gone to the trouble
Yeah.
of, you know, having a cake made for you like
it?
that.
Yeah.
Most people want to keep the shoe for afterwards, so you can keep it like that. And once it's stuck on the board, if you just stick a little bit under there, stick the heel into the fondant as well, you've got a lot of support there.
Yeah.
That's not going to go anywhere.
Absolutely fantastic.
But once you try and lift a shoe up and down,
Yeah.
this is your weak spot here.
Right.
So be really careful with that. But once you stuck it to a board, I mean, that's travelled hundreds of miles. That's absolutely fine. That's not going to go anywhere. So,
Absolutely
amazing.
fantastic. So let's come around.
Right.
So let's give Lynn those thumbs up. You've already been doing that already.
Oh, that's
So well
lovely.
done. You enjoyed it tonight, Lynn.
I have, yeah, very nice. Thank you very much.
So she's the only lady who's come on our live, completely organised, not asking me for any equipment. It's been such a doddle. I've not had to do anything, hasn't it?
My
It's been
family
great.
won't tell you I'm organised. I'm never
Honestly.
organised.
She moseyed in here about, what time did you get here? So it was about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, about that.
About
yeah.
4 o'clock, and then they've had nothing to do. I've not had to look after them, so I just came in here at 20 to 8 after I'd done all my work on the computer, set up just a few little bits. So basically, all you really used, you had the kit,
Yeah.
you had the kit, the ribbon roller,
Turn it out your way slightly.
and just these tools. That's all you've really used, isn't
Yeah.
it? So the kit and those, which is absolutely
it.
brilliant, bit of glue,
Yeah.
and the paste.
And your
Yeah,
stitching wheel. Yeah,
absolutely.
you need your stitching wheel, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So brilliant. So give Lynn a big thumbs up. Thank you very
you.
much. We're going to talk her into come back and doing a handbag in the new year. You never
Right.
know. So on the chat home with the husband tonight, providing they get home.
We might be back on.
Are we on? Are we off?
Are we?
Not too sure. Let me check.
We're not sure whether we're on or we're off. But anyhow, I'm not going to come back to
Yeah,
you.
we're
folks.
back.
Yeah,
We're
on.
back. Well, we don't know what happened there then. Anyhow, but on Wednesday, make sure you put it in your diary. 8 o'clock. Francesca's a lovely lady. I can't give you the rest of her name because I can't pronounce it. I had enough trouble the other day.
Words, aren't they?
Yeah, terrible words. So lucky if I remember your name. I don't know what I'll tell you. Early dementia or Alzheimer's I've got. Can't remember anything. Useless. And then next week on Monday, who have we got in on Monday? Oh.
So we Kafka.
Yeah, Zoe Quacker. Quacker?
Corker?
Kafka.
Well, Zoe's back.
Single-handed creations, anyhow.
Zoe's back.
Yeah, Zoe's back. Single-handed creations. She's back, and she's got some fantastic new models to show you as well. And then they won't be live on the Thursday because we're off to Cake International. So we're off the way down there, but we will be doing a live on the Friday. So I'll take you around the whole show either on the Friday or Saturday. I think if I can, I'll try and do it Friday morning. And I'll try and take you around and show you all the exhibitors there so that you can have a good nosy round, okay? So we will see you on Wednesday night. Thank you, Lynn, for joining us.
Pleasure. Nice to
She's come a
come.
very long way, this lady. Hope you appreciate it, all the
Oh,
way from
yeah.
Kent. So well done. And thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to like and share. And well done, Karen Mary, for winning the raffle, winning the Sugar and Crumbs Bake Off.
We'll get there in the end. Bye.